folks, this is Allison and Joe with Thai Law Forum, and today we want to talk about pink slime. Pink slime is the slang term for highly texturized beef trimmings that have been sprayed with ammonia and then used as a filler in America's ground beef supply. Some have indicated that there is pink slime in 70% of American ground beef. The American meat industry has insisted that the practice is safe. Food safety lobbyists are arguing differently. Joe?
Well, the pink slime issue has become a controversy in the last week or so, and many of the major media pundits have addressed it, and it relates to a major global fast food brand. And this global fast food brand has been in the news before, and it was a subject of a major motion picture. And the subject of the motion picture was that the actor or the protagonist in the motion picture, there was also a book of the same title, would go on a diet where he ate only meals from this particular fast food chain for a certain period of time. Now, as the movie progressed, you saw the actor getting more and more ill, more and more uncomfortable, having more and more deleterious effects, including obesity and various blood pressure problems and other health issues that he attributed to his intake of food from that fast food chain. But according to health activists or health consumer activists, many health consumer activists, not all, believe that there's a number of food additives and chemicals that are harmful. So why focus on pink slime? It's because it's a sexy issue right now. But the main issues that have been in the public consciousness of naturopaths and consumer advocates for many, many years have been monosodium glutamate, abbreviated as MSG, and aspartame. These are the two main stars in the debate concerning food safety. And actually, they're ubiquitous, these two food additives, throughout the full spectrum of food products. So the question is, if we're really going to speak honestly about food safety, we should really look at the big picture instead of just focusing on pink slime because it's the flavor of the week.
True. Now, Joe, I think another issue that's commonly brought up in conjunction with food quality is income, in that those who are of lower income levels are often forced to rely on lower quality kinds of foods because they're all that they can afford. And in fact, this was the subject of another major motion picture that we will not name, in which a family described how it was more convenient and more accessible and cheaper for them to go to a major fast food chain for meals than it was for them to purchase fruits and vegetables.
It seems more like a U.S. or European issue where the poor folks, they go to the fast food restaurant to eat, and the rich folks, they go to the fancy restaurants or they have their maid or butler cook their meal. But in reality, in Asia, that's not necessarily the case, because in Asia, going to the global brand fast food restaurant is often considered a night out on the town. This is where you take your date to, or the family goes out to dinner on payday. So yeah, I don't think that analogy actually applies cross-culturally between the West and Asia. But interestingly, in Thailand and in other parts of Asia, it's the street food that the lower socioeconomic group eats, but also people that have some money also eat street food because it tastes good. But the street food in Thailand, much of it has these additives applied to the food. And if you go to a restaurant, an outdoor restaurant that is to order, they'll have fresh vegetables and fresh meats, which is very healthy. You can't complain about it. But along with cooking up the fresh vegetables and meats in various dishes, they'll have a bowl of pure monosodium glutamate that they'll dip in with a big tablespoon and pour it into their cooking mixture. Along with this, they'll have bottles of sauces that also contain MSG. So at the end of the day, the plate of food you get is freshly cooked vegetables and meat, but it's also laden with MSG. So people that are critics of MSG might be in for shock when they eat the fresh street food in Thailand.
But I think it's worth noting, Joe, that additives aren't only present in international chains and street food. It's also present in brands that are marketed at a certain group of people. They're Thai brands, but they're typically typically slimming products focused on women, slimming yogurts, slimming drinks, low calorie foods in general, and they're not cheap, but they often contain aspartame and other artificial sweeteners as well as MSG.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, in order to pursue this issue, we sent our intrepid investigator to the market and to the local convenience store to pick up a number of products, which we have discreetly blocked out their brand names. And again, we issue the disclaimer here. We're not scientists. There's two sides to every story. MSG and aspartame have been approved by the FDA in the USA and Thailand. And there are consumer advocates that dispute it. So we're speaking purely theoretically here. Let's take a look at some of these products that will go without a name being mentioned.
All right, first up, Joe, theoretically, this is a common brand of monosodium glutamate. It's very cheap, less than 30 baht, and it comes in a good-sized package. I would say that one of these would last the average food vendor for perhaps a day. I'm not sure.
Yes.
A couple of spoonfuls, maybe you buy one of these a week if you're a family, etc. Next up, we have a very popular brand of Thai instant noodles. Thais love instant noodles. I would say they're a common snack / light meal. I would estimate that the average Thai eats several of these a week. And hypothetically, there is a monosodium glutamate derivative in this particular brand of noodles. So hypothetically, if a Thai were eating, let's say, maybe an average of 4 of these a week on top of the MSG-laden meals that Joe has already described, that's a lot of monosodium glutamate. Finally, we have a popular kind of soda in Thailand, and this particular type of soda pop is the low sugar brand. It's the how do you say, slimming brand. And it contains 3 different kinds of artificial sweeteners: aspartame, as well as 2 more that are subject to debate: sucralose and acesulfultone K. I hope I pronounced that right. This type of soda is frequently sold instead of the full sugar version in Thailand because it is sweeter and many feel it tastes better.
Okay, we also have a separate selection of products here. The one product that we didn't block out its name is this particular type of fish sauce. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Thai culture, fish sauce is a sauce made from fermented anchovies that's formed into a liquid concoction, and it serves similar in the same purpose that table salt would provide in a Western culture. In other words, this is used quite liberally to flavor foods. And this particular brand states specifically that it does not have MSG in it. So I guess this would be a victory for the anti-MSG lobby, and this tasty brand of fish sauce would be popular presumably with people that were anti-MSG as well as people that are pro-MSG, assuming that they like the flavor. So that's an interesting development. Now, these are the sort of food, sort of supplement, kind of a hybrid mixture, almost a nutraceutical products that we found at the local convenience store that have provocative names that evoke images of increased energy, increased beauty. Of course, we're not going to mention the names, but that's basically what they imply. And they're also packaged in very, very attractive bottles. And this is a trend among a certain, fairly affluent segment of society that's concerned with health and believes the claims made with regard to the health benefits of this product. So we also examine the ingredients of these particular products, and what do you got to say?
Well, first off, Joe, I want to know, as you said, these products aren't cheap. They cost around, I would say, roughly 30 baht a pot, maybe more. I would say the range is between 20 and 50, and that's the price of the average Thai street meal. So these are only products that affluent Thais typically would go out of their way to purchase. That said, all of these have specific health claims, and what's interesting is that each of them also contain artificial sweeteners. especially one of them, which contains a little cocktail of all three, sucralose, aspartame, and acetylfoltane. Okay, so I don't know in this case if the benefits of such drinks actually outweigh the risks, but that's obviously up to you as consumers.
Okay, and now as we conclude our video today, we have a bit of an ethical problem because we've purchased all of these products and we've raised the issue of their potential health benefits as well as their potential detrimental effects. And our Thai staff is eager to eat these products and drink these products or otherwise consume these products. And I don't know what we should do, if we should have them sign a waiver before we give it to them, or you have any other suggestions, Allison?
I don't know. Maybe we should give it as a gift basket to our competitors.
Okay, we put it in a gift basket and we'll send it to the law office down the road for Christmas or for Songkran. Thai New Year's coming up.
This is Allison and Joe with Thai Law Forum. Good night.
Thanks.